So how you doing? I forgot to mention this in the one video. Remember how I went out and did some, knocked out that tree stump? Had a little incident while I was there. It's missing a handle for some reason. I chopped the pieces up to make them a little smaller, a little easier for her to, to handle them. Well, the handle didn't make it. You can see it. It wasn't even installed correctly from the beginning, but I was using it. It was loose and floppy. I used it. I didn't care. I figured I'd deal with it some other day. But it gave me the idea here. I might as well show you what my axe collection looks like. It's not impressive at all, but I'll show you what it looks like. I'm not really an axe guy. I know a lot of woodcutters are. I think it's because I've used them so much throughout the years that every time I look at an axe, the first thing that pops into mind is all the work I've done with an axe. You know what I mean? I don't never chop, and everything was split. And we used to split everything with double bits, We did end up with one of those big V-shaped splitters at one point, and that was a game changer because it was a lot easier with that. But let me show you real quick what the axe collection looks like. Of course, I just showed you this one. These are all yard sale finds. I think the most expensive one was $3. So I shouldn't say yard sale, like flea market or yard sale or whatever. I think the most expensive one was $3. But here's this one. It's got that profile where it's kind of hooks down, kind of straight across the top. That seems to be the most common kind of profile. Not really a splitter axe, but that's what I used it for. The profile isn't the greatest for splitting, but it's got it. If it was sharpened down to, I bet you if even a quarter inch or so was taken off the edge, it'd have a much better profile. But I used it for splitting. And here's this one. This one came from work. Guy found it and gave it to me. A little bit different profile. You see how this is even more straight across the top? You can tell it's been sharpened a few times, but none of these have stamps. Well, one of them does, but none of these I can find a stamp on. Maybe they'll need to be cleaned up before you find them, but I mean, there's a lot of pitting on there. On this side, not so much on this side. But I can't find any stamps on any of these. So here's another one. Located. Again, straight across the top. I don't know what that's called, what it's for. Somebody painted this side. I think one of the days I might just start giving them away. Maybe I'll start sending them to Aaron Lynch. Let him do whatever he wants. Because I'm really not an axe guy. I'd like to have one or two, like one of each style or something, but I use them when I have to, but I don't typically really hang on to them. Here's this next one. It looks like a real cheap one because it's broke and everything. It's actually got the handle, you can see, but it looks like a cheaper one. See, it's got a stamp on it. That's the only one with a stamp of any type. It says 3.5, and that there's like a letter below. It looks like an M or something. I don't know. But then here you can see she's broke. Nice big old crack down through it. See, the wood I deal with is so gnarly that this is pointless. You're just going to be wasting energy. You just get yourself a splitter, This next one, I've always hung on to it just because it's a good example of what not to do when hanging a axe. See, it's on a handle, but check it out. You see what's wrong? That sucker's supposed to be down here. You notice this one's actually got a different profile to it. It actually got the swoop on both ends. Again, no stamp. I don't know. I'll check this out. They were trying to put it on the handle, so they beat the top of the axe. Look how mushroomed it is. I grab them, you know. If I see them for $1 or $2, why not? Grab it. So here's my favorite one. I would use this one. I don't know. It's heavier. It's definitely heavier. But it was mounted wrong. I can just tell from looking at it. The head is kind of crooked on the handle. It's like pointed down. So I think they took too much material off of one side or something, because it's definitely crooked. It's kind of tilted down into the handle. She's going to need some attention up top, though. This is my favorite one. I would actually use it. I'd have to fix that mushroom, you know, for splitting, but besides that, I like this one. It's one of those projects, it's, you know, I never really got all the woodworking tools and stuff to handle axes and, you know, so I don't know. I never really got into it. But I'll gather them up if I see them. Maybe I'll start sending them to Aaron Lynch. I'd probably keep 2. Gotta keep a double bit for myself, and I'd keep this one. You know? It's a nice one. Good chance I'd keep this one for myself. I really like that. I like how it's wore down to a nub. But then I kind of like this one too. But it's pretty mangled. I just like the look of it. But if I was keeping one double bit out of the bunch, it'd probably be this one. I just like it more. Not crazy about this one at all. It never worked well for me. It's just not blunt enough, you know. But yeah, just a little something on my axes. Now, I wanted to respond to a viewer who posted a comment. Said that's a lot of red behind you. Well, that's all the red you're seeing in the video. There's actually more. You must be a new viewer. I've showed this before, so let me give you a real quick look at what's behind me. Alrighty? It starts over here with this, one of my favorite home lights. Then you get to this 340. That's an 850, or no, that's not an 850. That's something or another, I can't remember. And then you can see they kind of pile up back here. Here's a 700, one of my favorite ones here. Here's another XL, Super XL 130. We'll be porting that here in the future. XL 67, very rare home light saw. See, here's a Super Easy sitting. What's that one there? I can't tell what it is. It's a 903 or something like that. Another Super Easy over there. An old 150 sitting there. My XL 400. There's a Super 2 there, and another one hiding back in there. Here's a 101. This is an XL 101. That's a Homelight 360. Where's my nice Super Easy? Oh, that's the one I pointed out earlier. That's super easy here. Look, he's got a full wrap on him. See it? Can't wait till I move. I'm going to build shelves and put them up on. I think I'm just going to start with the shelves whenever I'm moving. Then we got this table, my 925. This one's got the full wrap. There's another big. That's a 923 there. C51 hiding here. See this bow bar? It's hooked up to an XL12. See that? There's another XL12 behind it. Some of these run. You know, that XL12 runs. That Lombard runs right there. That there VI Super Mini runs. I got a Zip sitting here. It's not a runner yet. Check out this one. 870. There's the big 100cc Homelight 1050. Got a nice roller nose bar sitting there. There's a 24-inch bar with the blue paint on it. Look at the mount. That's for one of these other smaller saws. And here's my Super XL with full wrap, buried behind everything. One of the coolest bars here, or one of the coolest saws I have here. There it is. It's a Super XL Auto with a full wrap. See that? XL12 there. What's hiding? That's another Super Easy back there in the back. There's another Lombard. Pieces to a XL. Here's a Pro Max 610. And here's a Mac, the old Mac 1010. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to move. Maybe I can get a little more organized, you know what I mean? I get some shelves for the saws, get things set up right. Can you tell this is what happens? I've been doing this since well, I started YouTube in 2011. And do the math. You know, 2011 I started this hobby. Actually, I shouldn't say this hobby. I used to flip everything I got. Everything I brought in, I flipped. And I would buy a saw, make money on it and all that stuff, you know. But that's how this all started. I started off by flipping them. But then eventually I started keeping them, and eventually I kept more and more, and it turned into this monster here. The cylinder is where I start. As long as I got a good cylinder, I can turn that into a good running saw. Now the Super XL Auto was the one that I flipped the most. It was the primary saw. So if you ever see me working on one, I could probably do them blindfolded. I've done so many. I have. I think I ported, I don't know. I ported several of them before I even showed the first one on YouTube. Like I did some of them off screen. Just kind of figuring out how I liked it and everything. I haven't even showed you a fraction of what I like. The stuff we got coming in the future is going to be, you're going to enjoy it. Like right now, the stuff I'm doing behind the scenes, I'm working on boost ports, figuring out my timing and on them. And you're going to see them come along here soon too. That's where we're at. Now, if you haven't put two and two together, we are moving. I went up today and signed a contract. Contract is signed. It is happening. So the contract states, the contract basically states that we're going to live in the house. We're going to move our stuff to the house and sell the current house. And whenever the current house sells, we pay for the new house. Now, I'm good with that, you know? It works for me, you know? And we got people already talking to us like, hey, hang on, I want to go see if I can get a loan for your house. We've already got two. We already got one that went for the loan. We have another one that's like, hang on to it, I want to go get the loan. So I don't think we're going to have much trouble selling. And we haven't even advertised it yet. They're just people we know that want our house. You know, people in the city that want it. I guess it's not exactly a small house for a city house. The neighborhood's okay. There's much worse neighborhoods than what we're in. So, but we're moving. It's happening. Heck, I just found out there is a huge lake up there or pond or something with kayaking and fishing and all sorts of stuff. There's a trout stream just down the road, 2-minute drive from the house. There's all sorts of stuff. So I'm excited. Get to do a little fishing and take the kids over. I want to see what the lake or pond or whatever it is looks like. I want to see that. Apparently it's 10 minutes from the house. I didn't know it. Apparently it's got a spot the kids ride bikes and everything, so I'm pretty happy. Alrighty. That'll be it for today. We'll catch you on the next one. But later.